ao vivo com Andy Serkis aqui. They can hear us outside as well. So, wow.
Olá! Olá a todos!
So by now, I think you learned your Portuguese really well, I think.
Those are my two words.
You just you had a panel inside at Sony or not yet?
No, I haven't done the panel yet.
Not yet.
No,
Oh
we're
yes,
doing
it's
that
for
at,
Netflix. Yes.
7 o'clock.
Yes. Okay. And you're gonna show a little bit of Mowgli?
Yes, we're showing the trailer, and we're showing the trailer of Mowgli, which is out on Netflix. As of yesterday, around the world, 190 countries.
And how is for you as a director to have your film have this global because it's so close, because it's in people's homes, so it's everyone can see. It's such easy. So how is to have this kind of premiere for your film?
It's wonderful. I mean, it couldn't be better, because this film, you know, it's a family film, but it is a slightly darker version, and it's closer to Rudyard Kipling's book. But it's a really emotional story of Mowgli growing up, caught between two worlds of animal and man, and it's a beautiful central performance. But it's a really international film, and it covers international themes, and so I'm really delighted that the whole world is able to see it in one go. You know.
Yeah.
And of course, we're working with a great cast, famous names, and also names that are rising, like Matthew Rhys. And
absolutely, yeah. It's the most incredible cast. I mean, you know, Kate Blanchett, Benedict Cumberbatch, Christian Bale, Matthew Rhys, Naomi Harris, Eddie Marzan, Naomi. It's just unreal cast. And the central performance by Rowan Chand is I think one of the most extraordinary child performances.
I believe you told me before that he was your first choice. Is that right?
That's right, third. But I mean, you know, I was expecting to do a search for thousands of children, but he was the third person that we saw, and he nailed it completely. You know, he was just amazing, and he's like a young boy, but he has a very old soul. You know, he's incredible.
And how was the shooting process? How you make the mocap characters interact with the real characters?
We shot all of our cast on set with Mowgli. We had them all together. It was an amazing thing, if you can imagine it. All of them with motion capture, head-mounted cameras, and dots on their faces, all playing the animals, because we wanted the real relationship between them and Mowgli. And then he had to repeat the whole process again on the live-action sets. So we shot them all together on a motion capture set, then on a live-action set with real jungle, and then on location in South Africa for the village sequences. So it was a long process, but we designed the animals so that you can see all of the facial expressions of our actors in them. You know, so you can really see Christian Bale's face. You can see Benedict Cumberbatch's face in the tiger. It was a really wonderful experience.
Yeah, it seems like a big enterprise, a big achievement. But of course, we've been doing mocap for like a few years now,
yes.
And you have some experience in that, so it makes easier your job, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it was certainly, yes. I mean, having kind of been working with performance capture now for 18 years, you know, and the changes and all the technological changes, but also the understanding of what it can do. I mean, it was very difficult to take the face of a human being and make me look like Gollum, for instance, but it's even, or Caesar even, but they are, when you think about it, much closer to the human face. But with this process, we were making Christian look like a panther, and we were making Benedict look like a tiger, and Kate Blanchett look like a snake. So the technology's really evolved, and the artistry has evolved to allow us to do that.
And how do you decide how much of the visual of the animal and how much of the visual of the actor? That must be a really tough process,
yes,
right?
Yes, absolutely, because obviously you have to get it exactly right, otherwise it looks weird, you know. So we started with images of the actor and then the images of the character they were playing. So for instance, if it was Christian Bale, we had an image of his face and then a panther, and then we slowly morphed very gradually across a timeline. And then you saw exactly, you found a sweet spot where you could see both, you know, very strongly.
Well, congratulations on the film. Thank you for being here again.
Thank
It's a
you.
pleasure to have you here in São Paulo
It's
again.
an amazing pleasure to be
Thank
here.
you so much, Andy.
Thank
Congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
E a gente
Obrigado.
volta já já.
Obrigado.